Hi there. In this video I'm going to share with you 5 tips for building vocal strength. And of course, at the end of this video I'm going to give you an exercise that you can use to strengthen your voice. Now, as a voice coach and singing teacher, I have people asking me all the time how they can build vocal strength. And a lot of people seem to think that there's just one really quick tip that you can do to build strength. But that doesn't really make sense, because if you were to build strength in your body, you know that it takes time. And it's the same with your voice. It takes time, patience, and consistency. So before we dive in, do remember to click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And you can also see the videos that I've already made. There are hundreds of videos on this channel, so make sure that you dive in so that you can get the best of what I have shared with you. Now, of course, there are going to be some of you who want to take your singing further. Now, if you would like to work with me, I do have a membership. That means that not only do you get extra content that I'm not sharing anywhere else on the internet or anywhere else in the world for that matter, and you can interact with me, get to message me, ask me your questions, and every single month you get to have a live workshop with me where I will teach you a specific technique. We'll practice it together. You can sing for me and I'll give you feedback. And that is a really low cost way of learning how to sing, how to improve your vocals. And that's for those of you who feel that you're restricted by time or by budget or by both. Now, if you would prefer one-to-one lessons with me, you can take one-to-one online lessons with me, and you will see the description, the link in the description. So if you feel like you are restricted by time and by budget or by both, then join me in the membership. And if you prefer one-to-one lessons with me, then click the link for one-to-one lessons. So let's dive in. I've really picked a really good time and angle for filming today. The sun is right in my eyes. Let's move that around a bit. So 5 tips for building your vocal strength. The first very, very important thing to do, I'm sorry, it's not very sexy. You absolutely must warm up every single time you sing. Even if you're only doing one song, then you need to do a nice long warm up. Now, for those of you who are performing, the longer the performance, the shorter the warm up. Now, many people would think that it's the other way round, but the reason for this is that you want to hit your peak during the performance, in the middle of the performance, not right at the beginning and then tail off, not waiting until the end to hit your peak. You want to hit the peak in the middle. Okay, number 2, avoid singing from your throat. Now, I don't mean go out and all of a sudden start singing from your diaphragm. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't teach singing from your diaphragm. The thing is, when you learn the correct techniques, you will use your diaphragm for singing naturally. So don't worry about learning to sing from your diaphragm. That just causes confusion. People start to tense their stomach and their abs, and it causes all kinds of bad habits and problems. So when I mean singing from your throat, what I mean is getting that scratchy feeling in your throat, and feeling that the sound is happening here. So by using the right techniques, you're going to avoid singing from your throat. Now that brings us on to number 3. It really should go without saying that you use proper vocal techniques when you sing, but there are lots of people who think that they can skip this, they can just wing it. Use proper vocal technique. Find a voice coach who has experience, who is trained and knows how to work with different kinds of voices so that they can work with you and the way that your voice works and the way that you learn. Use the right techniques that you learn in your singing lessons or from these videos in your songs. What I see a lot of people doing, especially at the beginning, is doing the techniques correctly during the exercises, and then when they get to the song they go back to the bad habits. So make sure that every time you're working on a technique, you work on bringing it into the song and using the techniques in the song. And lastly, I said it wasn't very sexy. Practice, practice, practice. You absolutely must practice. You're not going to get anywhere if you do an hour a week, or you don't do anything for 3 weeks and then you practice for 4 hours. That's not going to get you anywhere. Little and often, even if you can only fit in 20 minutes a day, sing for 20 minutes a day, and then once a week if you can, sing for a longer session. You must be singing every day if you're really serious about progressing your skills and building your talents as a singer and building up the strength in your voice. So I hope that has helped. I am going to give you an exercise which will help you to build the strength. Now, this is going to work for you whether you've been singing for a long time or you're a beginner. And this is about vocal sustain. So if you're a beginner, I'm going to give you 3 levels. For the beginners, you're going to sing to E. You're going to sing E. So you're going to hold that note while I pulse the note for you. Don't be tempted to add vibrato. That's not going to add strength to your voice. That's just going to incorporate and establish a bad habit. Now, for those of you who've been singing for a little bit longer, maybe a few months or up to around about a year, you can sing to oo and oo. Now, for those of you who've been singing a little bit longer, we're going to sing to ah, an open vowel. Here we go. So here we go. E, oo, or ah. We're going to sing up the scale. 6, 7, and. Quick breath. Last one. Of course, you can continue this after the video has stopped. You can continue up the scale, come back down and sing to as low as you can. So I hope that this has helped you. Remember to use the right technique. So if you're singing in mixed voice, use mixed voice technique. If you want to go into head voice, use head voice technique. If you want to go into twang, use twang. And of course, if you're belting, make sure that you have trained with someone who knows how to belt properly and has checked that you're doing it properly so that you don't strain your voice, and use the correct techniques for belting. I'll see you very soon. Stay hydrated. Ciao!